Hi. So, we all of us wish to be divine human beings. We basically are all good human beings. We are not those wicked kinds. We are not murderers. We are not terrorists, all of that, right? So, we are basically good human beings at heart. But are we superhuman beings? First, you have to be a superhuman being, after which you can want to be and wish to be a divine human being. So, how do you become a superhuman being? Now, as I said, we are all good human beings, but we are not transformed human beings. Now, to become a transformed human being or to become a super human being, a super being, these are small things if you keep in mind that makes you a superhuman being. Like what? Like doing selfless service. How will you do selfless service? Selfless service means that when you do something for someone, there is no way the person or whatever you do can even thank you back. It is done and it is over. For example, when you feed stray dogs on the road, the dogs can't say thank you to you, right? So the service is done, it's over and forgotten. When you do something for Mother Earth, it is done and that's it. So you do something for someone, for poor people, for old age home people, or somewhere something where you do. It doesn't have to be monetary ways of giving things. It has to be actually your physical presence that is required. When you have your physical presence doing all these things, and there is no way that somebody can even say a thank you to you, that is what I mean by a selfless service. Otherwise, when you do something for someone, you expect people at least to acknowledge, to say, oh, she didn't even say thank you, and I did this so much for her. Not a thank you. That is not a superhuman being quality. A superhuman being quality is only that when you do something for anyone, anything on earth, period, there has to be no expectation even of a thank you. So that person should not be there in your space to even say thank you to you. So that should be your service. That when you do that and you do it relentlessly, it's not that, oh, I remember one day I did this and I remember one day I did that. That is not what it is. You just have to do it relentlessly without you ever thinking that you ever did something for someone. So this is a quality of a superhuman being, that it just becomes a matter of habit with you. It just becomes a second nature to just do something for someone, just help for no reason. Yeah, so that is what I call a superhuman being. And do not judge the person you're doing it for. Yeah, now when you're feeding stray dogs or something like that, don't expect that people are going to look at you and say, oh, what a nice service this person is doing. She's feeding stray dogs. What a nice. Don't even expect that. You do it yourself. Nobody should know. As they say, your right hand should not know what your left hand is doing. So that's how it is. You know how Darvish is. You know the Darvish, when they have the one hand stretched up and the other hand is down below. They take it from the divine and serve it to humanity. They take it from the divine and serve it to people, underprivileged people. So that is the meaning actually of Darvish when they do that Darvish dance. That is exactly what you should do. What I mean when you become a superhuman is you should do all these things relentlessly without thinking. The thought should also not come in your mind, I have done this. Not even after a couple of years or months, you should remember this is what I had done absolutely selflessly. Right? That makes you a superhuman being. Once you are a superhuman being, then you are qualified to become a divine human being. How to become a divine human being, we'll talk some later time, but first try and practice this being a superhuman being. Let me tell you again, when you do these kind of services, it is a win-win situation. It adds to your bank of karmas, your good bank of karmas, right? So it's a win-win situation for you. When you're giving, you're also getting, you're also receiving. And giving and receiving is the law of the planet. So the more you give, the more you will receive, always in whatever way, right? But that doesn't mean the more money you give, you will get it in money form only. No. Receiving can happen in various different ways, especially exactly the time, what you want and need at that point in time, you will get it at that time. So be a good receiver. To be a good receiver, you have to be a good giver. So just give without thinking. Just do it with your heart and do that and become a superhuman being. So all the best to you. Keep this in mind. These are really nice things which make you feel very nice at heart. You do it and see how good you feel when you do something for someone just like that. Go feed the cows, go feed the dogs, go feed people on the road, do just anything. There are lots of things that you can think of. And don't expect a thank you. When you do all these things, there's no thank you there. Don't expect no thank you from nobody. Don't expect any acknowledgements from anybody. It is just your selfless service to the world, to the society at large. Okay, thanks a lot for getting in touch with me, and I'm really grateful and thankful for the messages that you have sent me, so I can make those so many videos, which will also help a lot of other people. Thank you very much. Bye. See you soon.